In the digital underworld of Old School RuneScape, we've uncovered something that makes the Venezuelan cartels look like amateurs. This isn't just a gold farm. This is an empire. At the center stands King Umar, a young man in his 20s with a smile that's equal parts charming and unnerving. On TikTok, he plays the part of the kingpin perfectly. Rows of glowing monitors, all locked on Callisto. Billions of GP flowing in like clockwork. And when the loot piles up, he doesn't just cash out. He celebrates. Birthday cakes, milkshakes, feasts fit for royalty. A modern-day Pakistani Caesar dining on the fruits of a crime organization. But what makes Umar different isn't just his charisma or his solar panels gleaming proudly on the rooftop of his headquarters. It's the loyal army of workers by his side. 20 men, each one at a computer, each one feeding the machine. And they don't see him as just a boss. They worship him. They call him a legend in Pakistan, a visionary, a man who turned a children's game into a financial powerhouse. To them, Umar isn't just a leader, he's a god. And when you watch the TikToks, you see it clearly. The way they smile when he walks into the room, the way they praise his success, the way they frame him not as just another gamer, but as a king shaping his own nation's digital economy. Now here's where it gets sinister. Remember those Venezuelan cartels I exposed last week at Callisto? The gang of so-called South Americans farming loot in the wild, flaunting their cash and daring anyone to stop them. They weren't Venezuelans at all. They were Umar's men, posing as another cartel, running under false colors, a smokescreen designed to throw us off the scent while the real operation thrived back home in Pakistan. But this isn't just RuneScape anymore. This is the globalization of organized crime. The battlefield has gone completely digital. It's not about weapons of mass destruction. It's about solar panels and server farms. It's about one man, King Umar, his soldiers, and billions of stolen GP changing hands in the shadows. But here's the part that most RuneScape players will never understand. To the average RuneScape player, a stack of RuneScape gold might mean a new weapon, a new piece of armor, maybe even a bond. But to King Umar, that gold translates directly into power, into status, into a lifestyle that most in his country could only dream of. In Pakistan, the cost of living is a fraction of what it is here. $1 stretches like elastic. And so every bond sold, every GP flipped, every boss kill cashed out in the shadows becomes fuel for a life of luxury. And Umar makes sure you see it. He flaunts it on TikTok like a sultan of the digital age. The latest smartphones, AirPods in both ears, as if to drown out the cries of every honest player grinding yew trees. And above it all, solar electricity, panels lined across the roof like golden scales, pulling power from the sun to feed his empire. Even his electricity bows down to him, and he's proud. He's big, big proud. And this isn't just wealth in a vacuum. This is wealth with an audience. Because back in his village, Umar isn't some anonymous gamer hunched over a keyboard. He's a legend, a hometown hero, the boy who cracked RuneScape wide open and pulled treasure out of thin air. Ask around the bazaars, the tea stalls, the roadside shops, and you'll hear the stories. Do you know Umar King? He's the one who made it big. He's the one with the computers, the workers, the solar panels. And there's pride in their voices. Because in a place where opportunity is scarce, where entire families scrape by on wages that wouldn't buy a single RuneScape bond, Umar has risen above. He provides, he dazzles, he shows the world that from their village, greatness can rise, even if that greatness comes on the back of a stolen GP economy. It's lavish, it's luxurious, but above all, it's intentional. Every new phone he unboxes, every cake he slices, every milkshake he slurps on camera, it's all part of the performance, not just to celebrate his wealth, but to weaponize it, to send a message to every RuneScape player, every rival cartel, every Jagex employee. Umar is living like a king, and you are a peasant that is eons beneath him. Umar is sending a message, and that message reverberates not only through the TikTok algorithm, but through the dusty streets of his village, where young boys now look up at Umar not as just a neighbor, but as proof that even a game can become an empire, where elders shake their heads, half in disbelief and half in awe, saying, "This is the future. This is our king." But even kings are not invincible, because if you dig deep enough into Umar's empire, you'll see the cracks. Yes, his accounts do get banned. Every so often, Jagex swings the hammer. Rows of his farmers vanish overnight, deleted from existence, their progress erased with a single click. It's supposed to be a death sentence, an endgame, the great equalizer. And yet, Umar only laughs, because to him, a ban isn't the end. It's a cost of doing business. When one account falls, 10 more are ready to rise. When Jagex closes the door, Umar installs another window, solar-powered, air-conditioned, and already logged in. And when you take a look at this situation as a whole, you can see both sides of it. For Umar and his crew, this is a success story. They've built a living, provided for their families, and in their community, that's something to be proud of. RuneScape has given them opportunities that might not exist otherwise. But at what cost? Because while it's a blessing for them, it's also draining the game's economy, changing how we play, and shifting what RuneScape means for everyone else. It's a strange balance, hope for some, frustration for others, and a challenge for the game's future. But what do you think? Is this a positive sign of how far-reaching RuneScape has become? Or is it slowly destroying the heart of the game? Or is this what RuneScape is all about? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there on those cold and savage streets of RuneScape.